Alright, today we're going to go ahead and unbox the F1 Ultra. First step's taking off the tape. And when you open the box up, it's going to look like this. I'm going to take this top part, toss it aside. This is the machine right here. You're going to take off this little bit of stuff on the side, protects it. Throw that off to the side too. You're going to want to take this out first. This is going to be your accessories. Again, this has your pipe, your fitted panel, materials, user manual, power cord, and the power adapter. Make sure you put this off to the side. We're actually going to need to open this up before we can get inside the machine here. So I'm going to pull this out real quick. Sorry, the studio is a little bit of a mess right now. So again, the box on the bottom is going to be glued in. So you're going to have to release it from the glue. And then it'll come right out. Alright, don't need the box right now anymore, so we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Alright, sorry. Just using a cheap little phone mount. So when you go to open up this thing, you're going to want to take off these straps. But before I do this, I'm actually going to go ahead and come over here to the accessory box. We're going to open this up really quick. So let me put the phone down. Sorry, this production is not the cleanest, guys. No edits, nothing hidden. This is the raw unboxing with what you guys are going to have to go through. So just going to do this together. When you go to open this box right here, make sure you guys can see me. There's this little tab right here. So you can just go ahead and rip that. Just rip that along and then the box will open up. I can make this a little bit easier to get to. Alright, so when you guys open up your box, you're going to have this. Is going to be your manual. If you guys want to read this, go ahead and read it now before you keep on going. It's going to be your little material pack with some goodies. We'll open that up in a little bit. Toss this back here. Again, this is the cutting panel that comes in the machine. What we're actually after, the only thing we need to get in here for is going to be the power brick and the plug for it. In order to get the stickers and everything off the machine, we need to get this out first. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the rest of the stuff out of the box, toss it off to the side, as we don't need that stuff until the very end. Alright, stepping this back down. Again, sorry guys, this is going to be completely raw, unedited. Try to keep some music going on in the background that's not copywritten. Alright, so again, everything is going to be a little bit mess. Alright, so we're going to take this guy off. Yeah, if anybody wants to really get at me about my setup for the camera, I really don't mind. You want to send me your best recommendation on a camera mount. Maybe I'll even add it to my wish list, and you guys can send it to me. That'd be awesome. I try to do with what I have here, so just undo the straps. We're going to take off the top one, and we're going to wiggle off that one. Okay, now the bottom of the straps actually go inside, so when you take this out of the machine, if you want to, you can lift it. This will actually stay glued to the bottom if you want, and you can pull it out that way. This is just how I go about doing it. I take these machines to events, do live engravings. So I'm actually just going to reach in here. Reach in there and grab it, get rid of the box. The rest of the case. Alright, so we're going to check the camera here. Alright, so as you can see, a lot of on here, there's these little yellow stickers. These guys you're going to want to just pull down on. Just pull them off. So this is going to be the easy part, kind of self-explanatory. It's the stickers on top of the unit that end up causing lots of people trouble. Alright, now I tilt the machine backwards when I need to go and take that flap. There's this flap that's going to be underneath it. So when I take that off, I just tilt the machine backwards a little bit, so that way I can pull it out of there. It's not going to hurt anything. You can do that to both sides, and then you'll be able to pull this top off nice and easily. Now, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and show you the stickers that are right here on the sides of the machine. These ones we can take off. These ones in the front. These ones we can take off. The ones that actually come across here and go across the back of the machine, we can take those off. These two stickers, they should be marked last. Don't touch them until we get the machine powered up and we lift and raise this out so we can get this out of here. And that will expose these stickers and allow us to get the full things off without leaving a big old piece down there. So again, take off the stickers that I said, the mentioned, the ones in the front, the ones on the direct side. Anything that has the white little protective cover, those ones can come off. Then again, these ones in the back. These ones in the back are not going to come off either. So just a fair warning, this stuff right here, we want to leave these alone. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in the machine really quick. I'm actually just going to steal the power cable from this other machine. Take it easy on myself. But that's why we went ahead and opened up everything. Now to get the controller out of here, you take these guys out. I guess I'll go through that part with you. Again, these guys on the side here. So until you take off all the proper tapes, you're not going to actually be able to get into the machine. See, now we can get in there. There's this bottom part right here, if you can see it. I'm sorry about the glare coming through. this bottom part, we're going to want to slide this out first. It's in there very, very tight. Alright. Sorry about the screeching. So that is where our controller is hiding. Again, take this guy out. Just going to open it up. Don't need the box anymore. As good as Xtool is with their packaging, it really kills me to have to throw it away. I try to reuse it when I can, but again, the controller is going to come like this with this little protector on the screen. Why doesn't my machine have a big old sticker on the side? Huh. What the heck's going on here? Alright, this guy can come right out. And again, before you guys power up the machine, take this cover off. Don't make that mistake. Let me make this a little easier to see. Alright, now it goes on. Doesn't feel quite right. Alright, we're going to spin this back around. Get that cable out from underneath. Alright, in order to get the power button uncovered, we're going to have to take off this guy on the side here. Take this off right here. So we'll take this off, and that's going to expose our power button. And if you need to look at that, go ahead and keep that until you guys figure out which port is which. Top port's always for the computer. The second one is going to be for like the RA2. And then we've got the flash drive on the bottom. The foot pedal actually goes, you guys want to use the button or anything, the foot pedal goes right here next to the port for the controller. There it is. It goes in the second port. Did I not plug in my power cord? Again, guys, if you guys go to plug in your machine and it's not turning on, check this little red button. I verified that there was power, but yeah, so that's what it is. Super simple fix. Just twist it and unlock it. Again, we're going to take this guy off, this cover. Alright, now that we have the machine powered on, we're going to get these bottom stickers or these top stickers off. We're going to go ahead and push the button up to raise the head of the laser. You can see this thing just keeps on going up. And again, I just stole the power supply from this guy over here, so when I go to use that, I'm going to have to plug that in over there. You can see we finally have our, let's see, we do the backs first, and then we do the sides. Now our tape is exposed, so it comes right off. If you guys don't power this up, you guys are going to be coming into the forum and asking, how do I get this tape off? Help, help, help. So I'm sure a lot of people would like to not see that anymore. Alright. Now the initial setup of the machine, we're going to want to hook this up so that way we can do our calibration and everything. So again, just make sure this is hooked up to either your AP2 or vented outside. I'll cover the AP2 on another day. I actually don't have it here with me right now. I typically vent outside unless I'm working at an event. I have nice enough weather here in Arizona to be able to do that. So hasn't always been that way, but alright, so now that we have all that done, we're going to go ahead and open up our material pack. This guy's going to have the photo paper inside of it that you're going to need to do your calibration. So let's see what do they got in here for as far as goodies goes. Let's move the camera a little bit. I don't know if they've changed anything since the last time I opened up a machine. Just in case you guys are wondering what comes with the machine, this is what was in mine. So, all right, we'll change the camera. All right, so we got a pack of, looks like 10 business cards. Pack of 10. Got this nice little metal charm. Some synthetic leather patches. They actually do very nice. These slate coasters. As far as the slate goes, you can do something cool like this. This is from somebody that I helped. Little artwork that his daughter does. It's very amazing. So you can do stuff like this. Pictures, anything. Again, it comes with 2 of those slate coasters. Then we have some stainless steel charms here. We've got a heart, some dog tags, and it looks like a regular round pendant in there. This is a jewelry case. So this guy you can go ahead and, but this is what we're after right here, the photo paper. This is what we're going to use to do our initial calibration with the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some tape really quick. If I can find it. I guess I'm not grabbing any tape, but it should be fine without it. I'm going to come over here and set up the computer. Where is my cable? Oh, it's down here. So I use a nice and long cable. It's a USB to a USB-C. So I use this cable to hook up to my machines during events and initially. So again, it's going to go on the top port, and I'm going to swing the computer over here. Whoops, dropping my water everywhere. Alright, I'm going to drop the computer here in front of the machine. Try not to fall on the cables. Alright, like I said, this is unedited raw. This is what you're going to have to deal with when you're setting it up yourself, so this gives you a little bit more of a realistic expectation. I don't know if you can see the computer. Alright, so we're going to go up to new project. Alright, so when you turn it on, it's going to say new firmware version found. We're going to want to update that, and it should take just a few minutes to do so. I can't see if dang sun's in the wrong spot. So let me pop the camera down a little bit. We do have a privacy screen on the computer. You can see it's downloading the firmware. Again, make sure you are connected via USB the first time you're connecting to the machine. That's very important. Basically, you can't set up your Wi-Fi until you do all this, set the computer up with the USB cord. You have to go in while connected USB and set your Wi-Fi settings. And then when you're doing your Wi-Fi, make sure you don't got any exclamation marks, any special characters in the password, or else it won't work. So we've got 62% downloaded. Hopefully it does it pretty quickly here. So as soon as we get through the firmware, then we can go through the initial calibration and setup, do our crosshairs, and go through that process. I swear I can never keep this place clean. As soon as I get this place clean, I get it dirty again. Until I get a bigger shop, that's just what I'm going to have to deal with. Alright, we are 98% completed. Oh, I'm going to sit down on the generator. Whoops. So again, sometimes the firmware will take a few minutes, and as you can see, we're kind of stuck at the 98% mark. Hopefully it'll be done here in a second. I don't know what to do with the tape. I have rolls of tape everywhere, and then as soon as I need one, I can't find it. I swear it's a curse. I'm just gonna go ahead and tape both sides of this photo paper. Again, the photo paper you can actually get here. Sorry for the belly shot, guys. The photo paper, you can actually get it and order it in bulk. I'd keep a lot of it on hand just to do testing. It's easier to do testing on photos on this photo paper to get your settings and everything down as far as like the outcome of the engraving versus go ahead and going straight to like slate coaster. As a couple of you may know that are doing the tests on slate, that when you mess up, you got to go ahead and sand them down. I myself have a pile to sand down, but man, this thing's stuck at 98%. Hopefully it finishes soon. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to end this live. You guys are gonna be mad at me. I didn't finish the setup of the machine. So let's go ahead and check a couple of things on the unit. So the door does shut nicely. That could be an issue on some of them. Okay, so we went through that. As soon as I said something and got distracted, it finished. So we're going to go to the calibration. As you can see, I've already attached the scratch paper on there. We're going to go ahead and go to next. The machine's going to go ahead and do its own zeroing. Okay, please close it. And it's going to say engrave. Engrave, control key. Oh, not going to get anywhere without that, are we, guys? So the control key, where is that sucker? I almost forgot. So this is actually a very good way to ensure that your machine is secure when you are away. So if you're ever worried about somebody getting on the machine and using it when you're not supposed to, in this box right here, we're going to have the USB cable. See, if I didn't have my big long one, I would have had to come in here and fish for that. We had the little L-shaped bracket of cloth to clean the eye, the lens, and then we have two of these skeleton keys in here. These skeleton keys prevent the machine from working unless they're plugged in. So that's the L bracket, screwdriver. Where the heck are our skeleton keys? There we go. Alright, so another box out of here. So these two skeleton keys in the back. I'm gonna go real quick. So as you can see, come here to engrave. They're both in my hand right now. So we go to engrave on the machine and we get this error. So you actually have to plug it in. And give you guys a better view here. Plugging this guy in, it's going to be this port right here. It's going to be on the other side of the power. So you heard that beep. Plug that back in. Oops. And now we're going to go ahead and press engrave. And then now we didn't get the error symbol because we put our skeleton key in. And we're going to press the green button here. And really quick, it's going to put two crosshairs on the screen. We're going to come back over here and go to next. I'm going to set the camera back up here. Try to give you guys a better view. Alright, so this machine's a little bit off compared to my last one. We can try to do auto recognize. My last machine was spot on, like within the smallest amounts. So, alright, we're gonna go ahead and recognize, recheck, and confirm. Just gonna go ahead and go with it. And we're gonna look at our crosshairs. They look pretty close, but I'm not going to say that they are exact because they look like they're a little bit off. So we're going to go ahead and go in here and check not overlapped. And then I'm going to have to remove the key in the back of the laser, which is kind of annoying. But it's purely a safety thing. If you didn't remove the key in the back, then you could potentially, somebody could fire the laser while your hands are inside there. Or while you're up there looking at the thing trying to get it loose. So really quick, we're going to come up here, up inside the machine, lift this up. There is an Allen key right there. And I'm going to go ahead and loosen that. And then that's going to allow me to move the red dot. So I'm going to have to put this down for a second. And bear with me. I'll try to show you as much as I can, but just me here in the studio. So, alright, get under here and just loosen up that Allen key. And then right next to it on the other side of the laser, there's a hole. Right. There's a hole right on the other side of the laser. See if I can get that up in there. What happened here? Shit. Alright. So there's the hole that you loosen. There's the laser. And then on the other side of it, there's just a little hole. That's where you're going to put the tip of the Allen key, and you're going to move the red laser. So again, this is not a fun video. This is just a necessary one. By any means, don't expect this to be a good time. So as you can see here, I have moved the red dot, so we're going to go ahead and reline those up. Sorry if you guys are tuning in and this isn't fun. Hopefully you guys don't automatically unsubscribe from me. Alright. This is going to be really, really fine micro adjustments, guys. Like, get it close to where you think it's going to be good. And then we're going to actually go back into here, and we're going to use the machine itself to check the laser. So, let me see. Previous. Okay, we're going to do next. Alright, so when I go ahead and do this, what I'm going to do, what I'm checking to see is the overlapping of the red dot itself. So right now we are supposed to be at the 0 level, and the laser actually moved. So I'm going to readjust the red dot again. Get it in the right little hole, and then adjust it until it looks like it's overlapped. Again, it can get really kind of hard to see it exactly, and you're gonna have to be looking at the laser on the bed and not up at the hole. So again, I got them overlapped pretty good. We're going to go ahead and use the machine to actually verify that it is correct. So on here, real quick, I'm going to adjust the tape, take the tape off, and we're going to move the whole entire photo paper. So I had it right here. We're just going to move it up just a little bit, and that's going to give us a section to do the crosshairs in a new spot. Press engrave. Again, we got to put the key back in the back. Hear the beep, and we're good to go. And I'm going to, should be fine. Alright. So we go to next. And as you can see right here on this picture, the red and the blue dot look like they are perfect this time. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. I'm going to do the auto recognize. Hopefully it'll work, since I still have these up here. Oh yeah, so my previous marks are actually messing with the system. So let me go ahead and move it further. See, I've tried to be cheap with this photo paper. Didn't actually help me there. So alright, so now I've removed it again. We're going to go back to engrave, and we're going to hit next. Engrave the pattern. Alright, and then, so this is just how I make sure that everything is completely lined up. So we have that blue and red dot. And then now I'm going to actually go in here without touching the laser or moving it around. I'm going to go back up in here, and I'm going to carefully tighten the Allen key. And just really be careful not to move or not to adjust those beams. You don't want to overly tighten it, but you don't want to be too loose either. Again, this is the third machine that I have actually calibrated, so. Alright, we do the auto recognize here on the screen. They look correct to me. See, both at negatives. Before it was popping up the positive because I had those 2 marks up here. So we could recheck. There's everything. Looks pretty good. Let's see. Recheck. Should be negative. So this should be a negative 3.1 on the Y and a 1 on the X. Hold on a second. So we're going to say that's a 1.4 on the X. And then the Y is going to be negative 3. Let's say 3.2, we'll call it. So again, these are not exactly on. That does a lot better there, you can see. So we have the X lined up, and then we have this one lined up. Now before, when we did the automatic, this was way off. This was way over here. So again, confirm that your X's and your everything is spot on, because even the computer can get it wrong, as you can just saw right now. We're going to confirm that, and our stuff is, let's see, are we not overlapped? Okay, we're not overlapped again because we just calibrated it. So now we have to go back and redo it. So this is all part of the process. It's not going to be perfect this first time because we're changing the algorithm inside the computer for the laser head. So again, we're going to go back through this process one more time, and we're going to adjust the laser. Again, on the other side of the red light, there's going to be a tiny little hole that the Allen key can fit inside of, and we're going to use that to make our micro adjustments. Make them until they look like they're overlapped perfectly. And then, like I said, if you watched a minute ago, you'll see how I went ahead and verified that the placement was spot on with the system's camera in the calibration process. So right now, we've got them re-lined up. We're going to go previous on the computer again. We're going to back up a few steps. And now they are overlapped. Calibration is done. And firmware is complete. Now we can come in here and do an auto measure. This is a good way to verify that your calibration is spot on. So we've got a measurement of 0.31, and that's going to be pretty darn good with just photo paper on there. Let's go ahead and take a measurement without anything there. And we have 0. So we have a perfectly calibrated machine, and I hope you guys were watching. Sorry if it kind of got drawn out a few times, but that's all part of the process. This is not edited. There's no bells and whistles like being, you know, trying to make it look better than it is. So this is just how it is. This is how it goes. And if you want to stay real quick, we'll go ahead and make something. How's that? We'll go ahead and do a quick business card. Where the heck are my business cards here? So I'm going to steal the cutting panel from the other machine. This one's a little bit dirty, but we're going to go ahead and do a test fire on here. We've got that guy lined up in there. Nothing fancy, nothing special, just set up there on the machine. So again, we're going to come over here to auto measure. Having the shield down helps sometimes. And I'm going to just come over here and open up a project. And I'm going to open up my business card. Because if I make one, I might as well make one I can use, right? Not just some random tester. Alright, so we're going to do the auto measure again. So auto measure failed. Sometimes it's just because, oh, that'd be why. It's because we were actually, we didn't even have our red and blue light. The blue light always has to hit the material that you're trying to measure. And it was actually going down on the inside of the grate, so that's why we weren't measuring it. You see, as soon as they overlap, they're supposed to stop. Sometimes it's finicky on a black surface. Jesus. Alright, so if your auto measure isn't working, like it isn't for me right now, it's being a royal pain in the butt, just use the features on your controller. Of course, when I'm doing a video, it's got to be temperamental. So we just finished our final calibration. We've got that 0 in there set. We're going to take a quick picture of the background. And we're going to move this into place. And it's kind of crooked, so we're going to hit it at 2 degrees. That was too far, so 1. Alright, that should be fine. And I'm going to make sure processing is on smart. This is actually going to be the fastest way that it's going to engrave. We're going to come in. And as you can see real quick, you get a nice quality engrave, just minutes out of the box. So 45 minutes. We have the machine set up from the box. Hopefully this helps a couple of you guys. Again, thanks for watching. How do I end this thing? All right.